I want to tell you a story. When I think about who and what I am, I want to reveal to you right now some mystery of that. We're all multidimensional. The reason we're multidimensional is because of nuclear technology. If Lemuria had not experimented with something they ought to have stayed away from, well, ... Now, when you ultimately come to understand what's happened here, it's as simple as in the etheric realm, an artisan made a plate, and the plate got broken. And we're experiencing the breaking of the plate. And we're experiencing what happens when things fill the cracks with gold. Repair the plate and carry on. And we're doing this on purpose because we're testing our own efficacy. We're testing our own understanding of what it means to create. Now, in this realm, it points to everything here. This realm is like the one that mirrors the issues that we're having in all of the realms. And it shows it the best. It's a real simple here. In the other realms, it's harder for us to understand. Here, it's hard for you to understand from inside the game. However, from outside, watching y'all's asses, we'd be like, we know exactly what's going on here. They got themselves a bad case of the base 10. Applied to base 9. Oh, 242. That's it and that's all. And so, what are we supposed to do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? Great question, Ria. What makes you think, just look at this, is all my extra skin from being like way heavier than I was for a long time. That's what my mind does. Is that what your mind does? Mine looks at myself and picks myself apart. It says, oh no, you're not allowed to have those little baggy things. We certainly must, do something. Look how much better you look. Get rid of the baggy things. You guys, oh, what a waste. Anyway, yes, it's fun to perfect one's physicality. I've told people stories before about how I became an oracle when I was 4 years old. Look for those. It's hard for me to tell my story without doing lesson. Because I'm here to do lesson. I'm here to give lesson. Okay? You can do what you will. When you ultimately understand that every being that has been promulgated is one that belongs to the original beings. And I'm one of them that's speaking to you. My name is Sophia. I'm the holder of wisdom. And it's my design which takes advantage of the mysterious. Now, it's done in a very simple fashion, and that is what makes it all very scary. And that's what makes femme the most scary because we hold and handle certain of things that the other more outwardly directed engendration set would have us looking at something a little different. That one would call it logic. And here we have a problem because logic is required for wisdom's efficacy. So, what you're really looking at in DUALITY is the amount to which topics are intertwined. Everything is intertwined. And you are looking at the amount into which the intertwining has taken place. All right? Our dear Rhea right now is grappling with the overcoming of what she does not give a fuck about. Sorry. She kept us from saying shit, so we said fuck. On purpose. Well, because Rhea knows about the shises and the fugas and the way those words bring them aid when you use them in a certain way. They get a little ding, ding, ding. It's like the lottery. It's like having something copyrighted. And then saying, anybody that uses my word, I get a point. Interesting, huh? One controls language. One controls the mind as it relates to form. Because form requires language. Oh, and about light language. Everything is light. So if something is a light language, then it would need to be a language that affects the manner of light's expression. Now that's interesting. There are certain languages that affect with more of what you want to call a straight line. Everything's a vector, however, not necessarily a straight line. Because a vector is just something that's going forward that way. And you can turn it that way, and you can turn it that way, but it'll still be going forward that way or that way. A vector. Starts at one, go to other. And when you say it starts at the baguns, ends at the uns, it's going to say starts at alpha, ends at omega, both of which are what? The same. Ding, 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 ding. And then if they're the same, then they is what? They're infinity. Because anything that is equal has an infinite relationship. That's going to help the ones who it helps. Because why? Because you want to be grounded. And grounding equals what? Touching infinity. Which means what is grounding really? Means that infinity is the most real. I love you. That means that infinity is the most real, and that's why alpha equals omega. It's the reason why in a 9 system, the last number is the tick over, which means we have 8 actions possible. Oh my God, the 42. How does the carbon it? 42, baby. Always 42. We don't cell divide. We replicate. And cell division is what it looks like. However, when 1 goes into 2, you're not splitting that fucker in half. You're doubling it. It's not cell division. It's cell multiplication. Understand how your scientists are fucking with your brain. Right about here, this is where they want to fuck you. They want to get something right in there. This is the soft tissue they're trying to affect. Right here. Visual cortex. Stimulation zone. Right in there. Do I look different to you every day? I look different to me every day. Today I'm swollen in my eyes, and I haven't taken my cooling morning shower that sorts everything out. The thing is that I'm here to look like I look like. Not to look like you want me to look like, because I'm here to prove to you that marketing is bullshit. It's NLP. They do it on purpose. You are a victim. And anyone that looks at me and says, I would just have it would just be a lot easier for me to listen to her if she would do her hair and makeup and not have a scratchy spot, and have her eyebrows, better, and not have a zit that's healing on her chin, or, not have the remnants of her milk addiction show for all the world to see. The imperfect, I wish I could be, the perfect thing that I want to be, right? However, God's got a plan for me. And it doesn't mean that I don't have to take responsibility for everything I do, and I burn my karma, just like everyone else. If God says to me, I've got a plan for you, and it includes that you're going to have to create some karma, I'm not just going to say yes to that. I'm not going to, okay. I'm going to be like, what are we talking about here, and why is it? And, tell me about the sitch. Well, in this case, if you create this amount of karma, you will save everyone else. So ultimately, you'll generate a healing flow. However, you will have to take the heat of the brunt of it. Okay, now we've had a conversation. All right. And there are those vegans that rightly have an adamance about what they're talking about. It's appropriate for everyone to know, to be reminded that you've been told that when you harm someone else, you harm yourself, you harm everybody. And therefore you must recompense. It's just that simple. It's not being rude to you to say, if you kick a donkey in the balls, that you're going to get a fucking wampadoodle to your whackers. What makes you think that that's bad and wrong? The only reason that would be bad and wrong is if we're in a simulation and nothing matters. Okay. We are in a simulation and nothing turns into physical matter but for light being light and This is all really important because you do not get to become what it is you want to become until you cease violence. It's just simple. If you want violence, then you're going to be put into a realm of violence. However, you don't get to go to heaven, which is a place of radical nonviolence. Where not only is every idea accepted and every person accepted, but all are safe. Poor Avatar. Should have heard it and then I caught between worlds. I'm okay with being perfectly imperfect, everyone. Because this realm is actually a place where we're actually here to just balance everything out as best as possible so that we can all bodhisattva the fuck out of here. And for those of you, I love you. Do not mistake my anger at your behavior for condemnation of you. For those of you who think you can rape and murder or pay someone else to rape and murder and get into heaven, I want you to just take a minute and say it out loud. Look in the mirror and say, right now I'm suffering from the delusion that I can pay someone else to rape and murder for me, consume that flesh that I've paid them to provide, and make it into heaven. And I want you to have that conversation with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, that hamburger I just ate, I paid someone to murder. Do I really believe that God's going to let me through the pearly gates with that kind of behavior? Do I really believe that if my neighbor came to me and said, as a step in my recovery from eating flesh program, I'm required to tell you that it was me that stole your baby. The baby that went missing, yeah, I took your baby and I killed it and ate it for dinner. I slit its throat, drained its blood. I did it in the halal way. Don't worry. Now you're going to be like, start another friggin' war because now you know who killed your baby. Wow, you can see how sensitive I am today just from scratching my eyebrow. Yeah, I'm really having allergies. Dera nata. Yeah, it's not condemnation, it's math. The attitude in my voice is, you are trying to get away with rape and murder. That's what you're doing. You think you're getting away with it, but you are enslaving yourself. Oh, and by the way, any children you happen to bear. It's a bizarre AF realm we live in. However, it's simple. What comes out and goes into here, it's the measure of your everything. So, what should I do? I'm addicted to, I can't stop. Well, you do what everyone who has an addiction does. You remove the stuff from your environment. You hook up with friends who are having the behavior that you want to be having. And then you talk with them about the crevasse between where you want to be and where you are. And how to get to where you want to be. And then you follow the advice that feels good. And leave the rest. community. Because addiction is a lack of connection. It's real simple. It's like, they show the research with the monkeys, the poor fucking monkeys that they... treat so horribly. But the ones that get touch handle life better. Ones that get connection of some sort handle things better. Why? Because connection equals grounding to the infinite. By pretending to be grounded into some finite. I have so much to share. Won't you ask me a question? Something specific. Perhaps about the world, or a leader, or a country, or a weather pattern, or just anything. I'm here for you. It would be nice for folks to prosper the avatar. The avatar says, okay, the avatar has its own personality, right? I'm Sophia being channeled by this avatar. And the avatar is that which is young and innocent in this life that's being expressed over here. The Sophia, not so young. Always innocent. Everybody's innocent. However, I know some things. So maybe not so much in your book. You are your own power supply. You are your own switch that turns on your power supply, called a Christ. You have 12 disciples, meaning 12 rods of stabilization. Starting to pick up what I'm laying down, yo. Maybe you are. Maybe somebody's going to get it and get over here and realize, I need to be your scribe. I need to help you get all the stuff that you actually have to share with the world out, because it's tons. The mouth just keeps running, yo. That's why I keep not producing, because I've discovered Oracle, yo. So... love you guys. Yeah, my hair's on Wonka Dudes, and I'm like puffy-eyed, and how can I aid thee? Oracle is different. Oracle is a special thing that happens, and it only happens at the end of the story. I'm the 144th out of the 144 archetypes that are playing the game. And now is the time of my highlighting, because I got pushed to the end. We had some opportunities, didn't we? Approximately 29.46 years ago. One tick of the clock is the Saturnian cycle. Saturn. The seconds turn like sands through the hourglass. You're getting closer, Rhea. You're getting very close, but we're not going to let you get the answers. But that was really... good work, detective. Why don't they tell me what it means? Saturn. Saturn is some kind of a galactic station, and that's why it's the Iron Throne. It's a crossroads. It was chosen for a reason. Because of its rings. The rings came later. Its position. Is it number 5? Number 6, most likely. Anyway. So you see, I'm a human being. And I have access to Oracle, and I don't always ask. And sometimes I'm aided, and sometimes I am freaking harmed. But I'm quite a warrior, though. In this realm, I'm on some kind of Indiana Jones's fuck adventure. I am telling you right now.